everybody? I hope you all are doing well.
Welcome to Sweet and Salty, where we talk about something sweet and something salty. We are your hosts. My name is Selwa, aka Sweet.
And I'm Salty. We just wanted to start off this episode by saying thank you so much for everybody who's subscribed so far. We have a little thing at the end of the video where you need to concentrate because we might have something special planned.
Dun,
So,
dun, dun.
yeah, I mean, you probably if you're following our Instagram or my Instagram or Selwa's Instagram, which the links will be everywhere on the page, on the screen right now, you're gonna notice that we were talking about something for the past couple of days. So
Get in on it.
get in on it, and you're gonna love it. So at the end of the video, we're gonna have a couple minutes where we're gonna explain it, and you guys can see what we're talking about.
Right.
But yeah, wanted to start off the episode with a little plug. My little cousin, who's 9 years old, made these cool shirts.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're plugging this. Look at this. This is actually his artwork, and then he
that's
also has
beautiful.
one for the back. So.
And I think he specially designed this one.
Oh yeah, this is a custom made for Salty. You know, I told him I wanted something small in the front and then something bigger on the back. So it's something cool. I'm really excited.
I'm proud. Oh my God, 9 year olds. Wow, 9
He's
year old.
9 and he's like thinking about business. He's,
Yeah,
he's
that's
not just
amazing.
sitting at home doing nothing. But all of his designs are 100% his artwork. He's I think he's taking pictures of them or scanning them and then uploading them and having them printed.
Hand drawing and stuff.
They're all are hand drawn and everything. So make sure you go check them out. They're called Squiddle. We're gonna have the images from the Instagram over here. We're also gonna have a link down below. So make sure you go check them out and support a 9-year-old's dream.
Seriously,
to being a
small
millionaire.
business. Oh,
Really a
small
small business. He's small, but he's small. He's small. He's young.
He's young.
But yeah. I think before we start, this is a third interruption before we actually start. But before we start today's episode, I need to do some costume changes. One second.
What's going on?
Yeah, just a slight slight costume change for Selwa, and we're actually gonna hide her. So it's gonna be a salty episode. She can hide behind here. But yeah, she'll stay here for the rest of the episode while I look pretty.
Is this how y'all want me to do that?
So from the title, you guys probably guessed already what we're going to be talking about today. But we're excited for this topic. And would you like to tell us about the topic, Selwa?
Yes, so we always get a lot of questions, especially when we travel. I'm thinking about it this year because we haven't really been traveling.
Oh, yeah.
So we're thinking, what do we usually get? What kind of questions do we usually get as Saudis when we travel? Mm-hmm. Now, I want to say Saudis, but I would love to include Arabs because we come from the same background and we get a lot of similarities. So I think that would go to them as well. But experience, because we feel like Saudi, like as in general, Saudi people have been underrepresented in a lot of places, especially in media, and especially in English media, because most Saudi bloggers, influencers, actresses, and so on, they'll only be speaking in Arabic to their followers or to generally in all of their arts or communications. So when we travel, we get a lot of weird questions.
Oh, yeah.
And not even only in that, people when they find out like through social media or through like meeting people, even here, like people who are expats or they've traveled as a tourist into the country, or people who live here but they don't know, still
Right.
they're getting to know the culture, and they have the craziest questions. And for us, like especially for me and you, we've been actually like more outside than inside the country. We've always grown outside, but at the same time, we're always like, we see the similarities so much and the differences, but like what kind of questions we get is really what we're going to talk about today, and kind of break the myth, as they say, about the Saudi people, the untold story.
Ooh, the untold story.
Dun, dun, dun.
We should have a graphic that says the untold story.
Yeah.
But like, all of these are like misconceptions and little things that
Right.
stereotypes that we get a lot as Arabs. And I think like one thing that really like pops out is that we are white-looking Arabs.
Like what is it called? It's like you don't know where that person is from, so ambiguous. a little bit ambiguous as an ethnicity wise.
Yeah, people think I'm an American here, and then when I'm in the States, people think I'm just a regular white guy because I look white.
Yeah, you
but
sound
then
white.
I do sound
I
white.
sound like Hispanic a little bit.
I mean, I can speak a little bit and sound more like the Saudi
Oh
Arabic,
yeah, of
but
course,
I don't
me
want.
too. We do get to see a lot of Indian culture. We get to see Chinese. We get to see them represented in the good light, bad light, and just to comment like their culture, their festivals, their colors. But we don't, and people don't really know a lot about us because they think we're kind of like shielded off from the entire world.
Yeah. I feel like, okay, so this is one of the funniest things. My ex, a long time ago, said that there's only 2 countries in the entire world she's dying to visit.
Okay.
Just because, like, she wouldn't be allowed to just visit. And the 2 countries are North Korea and Saudi Arabia.
Okay, you cannot. All right, I know people are gonna start in the comments. You cannot compare North Korea to Saudi Arabia.
It's not a comparison
No,
as
no,
much
no.
as it's like, I feel like because before we're gonna get to this particular point that I'm about to talk about later and in more in depth, but before a couple of years ago there was no tourism in Saudi Arabia.
Right, that is true.
So we'll get to
when
that.
it comes
We're not
to
gonna
that,
jump to there.
we're
So
not gonna jump
that's
to
why, like in her thought process, North Korea didn't allow Americans to visit,
Right.
and Saudi Arabia didn't allow tourism.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, and that I could definitely see
Yeah.
the similarities when it comes to actually like having a hard time to actually visit the country, and not getting like you can't get a tourist visa or
It's
just
like a
go
Saudi-
randomly visit your cousin or whatever. You know?
As like a Saudi, we're not allowed to travel to a few countries.
Right,
Included Thailand and Iran and I think Israel
Palestine.
as well.
We can't even go either. Yeah,
We
either
can't go
side.
to Palestine or Israel. Anyway,
Right.
before we go into a whole geopolitical debate.
No, but that's one thing. We're always looked at politically only. Politically only, and then they do like these documentaries, and I swear this is so funny. And I'm sure all the Saudis, if you're listening, seriously, you all saw those movies where like they're always representing us. Even in the Mission Impossible in Dubai, they went into the desert and there was just camels and a dirt road. And if you ever been to like Dubai, it doesn't look like that. And the women were just all like covered up, and basically they're only representing Bedouins.
Yeah.
So it's always like whenever people think of Saudi Arabia, they think of Bedouins, but that would be like whenever I thought of the U.S., I would think of a redneck or a cowboy, which is completely like ridiculous, right?
So let's start this whole stereotype topic, and start with what languages do we speak?
Right. So what languages do we speak? Since we're speaking only one today.
We're only speaking one language right
English
now.
right now.
But
مرحبا, السلام عليكم.
كيفكم شخباركم منورين. It's really
Just
weird.
to prove, just proof who we are.
ممكن نتكلم بالمصري شوية لو عايزين.
يا ولا.
No, but like a lot of Arabs are bilingual at least, or if not multilingual.
Right. Really, like especially with Saudi Arabia, we use English as such a majority of like way of life, whether it's restaurants or
all our
anywhere.
road signs are in English
Anywhere.
and Arabic. All our menus are in English.
Like
Arabic,
if you get lost
everything.
here and you just know English, you will be fine.
Yeah.
Like absolutely fine. Now, if
even cops who do not speak English,
they will recognize.
They'll be able to help you out. They'll be like, they'll tell you to slow down, and they'll try to understand what you're saying. But it's definitely something.
Because we all watch Netflix by now. Okay. We all have Netflix,
But like, so you probably got this question all the time, and it's, how is your English so good? Like, how is it so well? And my immediate answer is, I watched a lot of Disney Channel growing up. Because it's so true. I did watch a lot of Disney Channel.
I think a lot of Arabs learned from Disney Channel and Nickelodeon.
Oh my God, yeah. But then I realized as I grew up, because I didn't grow up in Saudi Arabia, but I grew up abroad and I traveled and stuff. When I came back here, I realized that most of my friends here in Saudi Arabia watched the same movies I did, but dubbed in Arabic. So
you
watch
like
Timon and Pumbaa in Arabic, and I'm
Disney.
like, apparently they're hilarious.
Yeah, they love it. It's all in Egyptian, like Snow White, Sleeping Beauty. All of them are translated.
Just so you guys know, non-Arabic speakers, I'll give you a little thing. Egyptian Arabic is similar to American English. It's the most like relaxed and slang out of it. So in comparison,
Common,
yeah, it's
common,
more common.
understood at least, yeah.
It's very easy and simple
Right.
compared to like British English, where you have like very complicated.
Like if you're from Algeria
accents,
or
yeah.
Morocco, your Arabic is more like French influence. It's very hard to understand generally in media. So they usually use either proper Arabic, which is like proper English, like Shakespearean, English, or they would use Egyptian English.
Yeah.
Or, sorry.
Egyptian English. I don't know what you talk about.
I know exactly
I
what
don't know what you talk about.
هو ده انجليزي يا مرسي. ايوه هو
That's
ده.
an inside joke for the Arabs.
I teach in English as well, and most universities here actually, the education is majority English as
Right.
well. So because you have to.
Yeah, unless it's a public university or a public school, which
Of
the
course.
majority of the schooling will be in Arabic. They
Exactly.
do have a lot in English.
Right.
But everything else is in English.
Right. So if you see an Arab or if you see a Saudi in particular who speaks good English, or most of them will speak English, so try to get to know them.
So question number 2. Can
That's-
foreigners, this is like what we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Can foreigners visit? And will they get arrested? How strict is it? Are they protected or not?
Yeah.
So we talked
I'm
about
like,
this earlier.
look, it depends on the visitors. Are y'all cute? No, come on in.
I got no ring on it, just saying.
Okay, sorry. I'm like, no, can't talk.
I have no rings. Just
No,
saying.
but right now, this last 2 years, Saudi Arabia has been focusing on tourism. So the whole vision of 2030, if you ever heard it on anywhere on BBC, anywhere globally, you heard something called the 2030 vision. That is majority to open up Saudi Arabia and allow tourism to come in and actually, and I think that will change.
Oh, yeah.
That will change because
I feel like sorry to cut you off, but I feel like with the Formula One happening in Jeddah in December, that's definitely. I need to buy tickets. I keep being lazy, and I know the tickets are going to sell out. They're a little expensive, but they're worth it. I mean, I think I'm gonna have to buy. And
like there's so many different events, and if I would suggest, I'm gonna actually post below where you can find in the description box a good tourism company that you can contact and ask questions about Saudi Arabia, ask questions about how to visit, because now if you have an event that you'd like to come to, you can get a direct visa, which is similar to Dubai. If you ever visited Dubai, if you stay at a hotel, you just give them the your itinerary and they will give you the visa. It's the same in Saudi Arabia, and obviously after the pandemic will be over or slow down.
Make sure you have your shots first, because you're not gonna come in.
But I mean, that's how much I think that it's changing and opening up so much, and I think that you should definitely come visit once everybody is safe, everybody is axed. By the way, you have to say that. You can't even. Yeah, you have to say axed. You can't even say the full word.
Can't say the V word?
You can't. Anyway, we can go back. So everybody here, okay, yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm just.
Are you crying? Huh?
I'm like, you can't. What can we say?
You can't. So
We're gonna bleep half our words.
if you've got your both, you can come in for
Jabs.
sure. Yeah, your M's. I'm like, they put the jab now.
If you got both your jabs, that's what everybody I know is saying. Like jabs or shots,
Yeah, shot. No, not that shot.
Not that shot here. Yeah.
But definitely tourism is a big thing, and yes, you can be allowed to visit. And throughout time, if you have a relative or obviously if you're like trying to get training or trying to see in a company or at work, that was always open, but now visas are open for tourism.
So question number 3 is actually directed only to you.
Oh no.
All right. I got the questions here just so you guys know. So, women driving, can women go outside? Can you travel alone? Can you, are you allowed to speak? Like, can you? Can you be independent?
No. Honestly, let me tell you something. This is not to suck up to all my Saudi girls, but Saudi women are one of the strongest women in the world. Because
just so you know, the answer was actually yes. You can drive.
No, I'm not gonna answer that. No, I think they see me right here. No.
Sarcasm.
So it's like people always put it either bad or good. It's like if I come to your country and I do a documentary or a series, I can do something negative or I can do positive. I can concentrate on the conservatives of your country and I can concentrate on the liberals of your country. So that's kind of what it is. It's going to be randomly from one family to the other, because I cannot speak for the families or the women that have struggled or have issues because it happens everywhere in the world. And like I told you, sexism is everywhere. Like
Everywhere.
I mean, you want me to tell you the situation I was talking about last time?
Go for it.
Okay, so I had this thing experience. I went to school in the U.S. and I had this friend. We caught up later on and we started talking. And you would think this person is like the most liberal, free yoga, like very, very laid back, very cool, type of person. And I was like, okay, we were talking. And one of the things that like really like I kind of like was just like no, I can't talk to this person anymore. Like this is completely crazy. Is when he was like, I thought women don't speak when men speak. And this is an American boy.
Stop.
No, you can't. The beat is fine. The beat is fine.
Okay.
The beat is fine.
You don't want to get deep.
No. The beat is fine. Can you believe it? And then he was like,
It's a good thing I wasn't there.
oh no, he thought
Men like
he
that.
thought I was overreacting, and he's like, oh, but I thought like when men speak, women shouldn't speak, and then he was like, I thought as a Saudi you would know that.
I'm surprised
I'm
he's
looking
still
for
alive, honestly.
Oh my God, I'm
because
looking for a weapon around here.
Where is my knife? It's in my other shoe.
And this is where I knew this is not even, it's a sexism, racism thing as well, because when you start like undermine or like saying negative things about your people and be like, oh yeah, I want a girl like this because she's respectful and she covers, or okay, for me that's good. Yeah, okay, that's fine, but it's also very judgmental,
Right.
because you're bashing all these people and you're saying this, but you don't know where maybe I'm like that. You know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
it's so, and then it was like, so I'm from Saudi. He's like, where are you from? I'm like, I'm from Saudi Arabia. I was like, oh, I thought you were from Egypt. And I'm like, no, I'm from Saudi. He's like, oh, same difference. Truly, people judge. Judge what is said about the culture before actually experiencing it, because here women are so strong, and we did start driving about 2 years ago, which is a huge change in the country, and almost like you see women driving everywhere.
They actually drive a lot better than the men in this country.
They've gotten this freedom and they want to go and get, because right now a lot of women are in the workplace, and it's actually like getting to percentage of higher than men. So it's starting.
I know there's a lot of like female CEOs. We're actually gonna put a link down below of the most powerful Saudi women in the Middle East. So, and it's very impressive.
Yeah, so we have a lot of women like that, and to persevere in such a harsh environment, in such an environment that wasn't really friendly or open-minded to women, like completely getting access to everything they needed, and they were pushing for it, and they just nothing stopped them. So I believe it's completely not true. And once you learn how much women like do almost everything here. We take care of the kids, we take care of everything, A to Z in the house.
They boss bleep.
Yup, we got women here are strong, and Saudi men are mama's boys.
Oh, 100%.
100%. He's like here we spoil the boys like raw egg, okay? So we know the psychology that goes on with the mamas.
The thing is, it's not just Middle Eastern boys. It's
no, it's completely
like
Arab.
I know a lot of Persian friends of mine who are the same situation.
Like
If
I never been into the kitchen, mama.
Yeah.
What is this, mama? I don't know.
I made a really good lunch today. I made good chicken lunch today.
You
It was
cook?
Good. Oh yeah, I cook.
Girls.
So there's a point, there's a topic you talked about a little bit earlier, and we kind of want to touch on it.
Yeah.
Education. You mentioned these scholarships.
Right.
As Arabs, we do get scholarships to travel abroad and pursue our education, and the government sort of funds that. And it's not like a loan. They kind of give you the money as long and with no return.
And just so you come back and work in the country.
Yeah, and you don't have to come back and work in the country, but they would like that,
Yes, because they're investing in their people pretty much.
Which is a really good thing but you have to maintain certain grades, you have to maintain certain amount of credits.
And this is a scholarship, full scholarship, anywhere in the world. You get to pick the universities. They're listed and registered, obviously, under the government, like we're certified. And you literally, and this has been happening. My father passed away, rest in peace. Allah yarhamu. And he passed, like he's around 80, almost 90 years old, and he had a scholarship, from his bachelor to his master's to his PhD. And obviously they got it way better back then. And it was really life-changing. And this is why when I tell you a lot of Saudis talk bilingual, like we're one of the biggest populations in the Arab world, and we are one of the most countries that have given scholarship for education, higher education outside. So a lot of you would realize that a lot of that is actually brought back home. When they come home, they bring back a piece of their culture, what they learned, and that hopefully will progress. And I think it has actually.
I mean, when I was studying in the States, I remember at the time, this is between 2012 and 2016.
Right.
I remember that there were at least 80 to 120,000 Saudi students in the United States. And those are studying under scholarship, not including
under scholarship.
Under scholarship,
right.
And that was that, during that time, if not even more, closer to 200,000.
Wow.
Because I remember I went to the consulate to fix some paperwork, and I was speaking to somebody, and he asked me if I was on scholarship. I said I was, and we sort of talked, and he sort of mentioned that it was like a huge number of students. It's a very important thing, because you have people that are studying, medical degrees, business degrees, advertising degrees, and then you have me studying art.
We're the marketing arts. They're like, what about you? Right?
I take pictures.
No, you're amazing.
No, but like another stereotype we get as Arabs is that we're all filthy rich. We all have a oil well in the backyard, and I know there's like a money thing right there. But you know what? I have movie props of money. You should have told me. I would have brought it and just like threw it in here.
Mine.
I have like a stack of like 300 or
gun.
Whatever.
Where is the gun?
No, forget about the gun. It's a great enough unplugged. It's too far.
Okay.
No, but like we're all filthy rich apparently.
Right. Here's the thing. If you look at, like we were talking about Lawrence of Arabia.
Oh yeah.
Okay, go watch the movie. It's about the whole situation. But basically,
it's a biased look at the whole situation.
It is a biased look, but it is a look of what I'm talking about. The part of like them being tribes and Bedouins, and suddenly. All these European influence and comes in, finds oil, and obviously the country goes in such a small span into like massive growth.
From what, the 1920s to 2020s?
Right.
So like in
and unfortunately,
years?
maybe technology and all of that kind of even sped up like faster than the people. And it's still such a young country that people don't understand that. It's what, 80 something years, right?
Yeah. It's
not even 100 years. And for like the country to grow, it's always going to have that, So I felt like that is probably where it comes from. That everybody's rich over there or whatever, because especially in the Gulf countries are known for oil. So
also, our population was much smaller back then. I mean, the reason why I talked about this with a few people. The reason why Kuwait is one of the richest, if not the richest, Arab country in terms of monetary value is because the landmass is so tiny that they literally Kuwait, the entire country of Kuwait, is literally one city, and it's the city of Kuwait. The population
and Qatar
as well. But it's like so small, and the population is so small, so they're able to spread the wealth amongst themselves.
That is true.
So if you're spreading billions and billions of dollars amongst 100,000 or less, that's very easy to spread the wealth. Now, obviously, you have a lot of expats, international people coming in and moving in.
Our population is huge. We're at 36 million, and it's a huge country, and a lot of it is you can't even inhabit it actually. So it's a really large.
We're not going to talk about population because Egypt passed 100 million 2 years ago. But like the next point we want to talk about is how much mixed ethnicities are in the Middle East, and the pilgrimage.
I love the Malcolm X story, and when he came for pilgrimage, he realized like it changed his mind. A lot of people don't know this. That's Saudi Arabia. When he came to Saudi Arabia and he went to Umrah and Hajj. Around other Muslims, he saw Muslim brothers that were, white with blue eyes and so on, and he realized that this religion had brought them together. It doesn't matter where you're from, doesn't matter how much money you have, it really doesn't matter who you are, other than how you treat others and your relationship with God. Period. That is literally it. So that is so beautiful. If you come here, you'll see Saudis from every ethnicity, and it's not as like. And here, if you're Saudi, you're Saudi. Like, we should talk about this because, you know, it's always talked the other way around. Like when I visit other countries, especially in the West, when I go to the US, you don't think I'm scared? I get scared every time, and I'm familiar with it. I lived there. But still, when I go, there are things, there are rules that I don't know about, or I could get stopped by the police for, you know, certain checks or things like that. And you're always nervous in those situations, especially if you're a tourist. It's the same feeling when you go to a new country and you don't know their laws. I mean, I remember we were talking last time, you know, after the 2000s when a lot of the, you know, issues were happening. When we used to go to the airport, we used to get stopped by the police in a way like it's a complete movie. I mean,
okay, so
with dogs and bats and Rottweilers like DMX in the club. Bop, 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 bop. You know, it was like, I told you.
Oh my God. No, but like, okay, so I actually told my ex this story. She never believed me. I was traveling to the U.S. one time, and I went to the passport check, and the guy was like, "Hello, welcome to the United States." I was like, "Thank you so much." Handed him my passport. He saw that it was Arabic. He's like, "What are you doing here?" Complete face change. I was like, in my head, I was like, "Bro, we were just friends.
We were just bonding, right?
We were gonna go get some burgers after this. Like,
I just want to go to Disney.
Yeah,
every Saudi says that when they're at the airport.
I just want to go to Disney.
I just want to get Mickey's Big Jar. That's it.
But like this guy was like, he wasn't having it. I tried to make a joke, didn't work. So I went to a back room and I was there for like 8 hours, literally. They took all my things out of my bag, everything. I told them, I was like, I just want one thing. They're like, what? I was like, can I call my grandparents and tell them, you know,
I'm
leave?
held up, yeah.
I'm fine, everything's okay. So they're like, that's fine. So I put my phone on speaker. And yeah, and then they checked everything, and I was fine to leave after 8 hours. It was lovely.
Oh yeah.
And then so my ex didn't believe that story until when we were traveling. We were traveling from Georgia back to New York, and we were there for a wedding.
Within the domestic.
Yeah, domestically.
Right.
So they're checking everybody. I obviously don't have a state ID. At that point, I was leaving the U.S., so I didn't renew any of my stuff. And I just have my passport. So I handed my passport. She looks at it. She's like, okay. So she marks my boarding pass that, you know, she saw it. And I was like going through the X-ray. I put all my stuff in my backpack to make my life easier when I exit. Right. I don't have to put everything in my pockets again. And
she just didn't believe you.
Yeah,
nothing
my
in
ex
your
was like,
pocket.
you see, nothing happened to you. I was like, just wait. Like, 5 minutes later, just wait.
As soon as the passport comes in.
No, the thing is, as soon as I got to the X-ray machine, the lady that was at the passport was standing right there.
Exactly.
And boom, a random check. And then right after, they checked my bag, everything was good. She's
and
like,
we're so passive about it. You know, we're Arabs take a lot. Honestly, we take a lot, and we don't care.
The thing is, I had film cameras, I had a lot of film, I had a lot of different things, and she's like, why do you have all this photography stuff? I was like, because I'm a photographer. Like, it says on my visa that I was studying photography, and I work here.
Oh, the people that work.
I have like an American
anybody who
association.
worked as a pilot.
Yeah. Oh, if you ever
Saudi
worked as
pilot.
a pilot.
So yeah, so what I say that to say is that it happens in every country where you have these issues, you know, and you really can't do anything. If you want to visit, you're gonna have to kind of just, you know, brush it off. Because like I remember the story too. There is this I don't know where he's from, but he was just Asian, and you could clearly see that he couldn't speak English. I don't know what he did, but there was a line, and he crossed the line. Dude, do you want to see what happened to him?
Wait, are we gonna post the video of what happened?
No, I wouldn't. No, this is live.
Oh, okay,
I saw this maybe like 8 years ago or something. Okay. And the guy was just like standing here, and he just crossed the line accidentally. He's like la 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 la, you know. There was like 5 security TSA, boom, just
oh my God.
Tackled him, and then like I was like, none of my business. Gotta see Disney.
Oh, okay. About Disney, my family and I were traveling. We were in Florida,
which is supposed to be
Florida. And we're leaving Florida, going back to New York. Every time I'm flying back to New York,
New York is hard. New York is a lot of people come through New York. So
we were leaving Florida, and my dad's deaf. So I'm standing right behind him in line. We put our things in the X-ray. And my dad's my dad forgot to take his iPad out.
Right.
And so the guy was like, "Oh, there's an iPad in here." So my dad's reaching over to the bag. He's like, "Sir, you can't touch that." I'm like, "He's deaf." And then the officer literally says, he's like, "Why can't he hear me?" I'm like, "Because he's deaf. He cannot hear anybody."
He's like, "Nope, lies."
I'm 32 and I can't
lies, salty.
It's a lie.
God dang.
I haven't heard, like my dad hasn't heard my voice ever.
Did he go back to the U.S.? Yes,
Yeah.
and that's really, or I think what a lot of Saudis want to like bring out. Like you go to a country, you could always have issues here and there. Just
Yeah.
make sure that you know what you're doing before you visit a country.
Exactly. Just know the laws. One thing that I kind of wanted to talk about, also on our list, is relationships and arranged marriages. I actually, so we're millennials. And I know a lot of millennials who believe in arranged marriages, which I'm surprised, but I support whatever you decide. It's
Yeah.
your choice. And I know that a lot of millennials support, finding love, finding the right
Finding
person.
a good relationship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and doing that. And I was actually questioning a person who would rather have a arranged marriage, and their response was, I just don't want to deal with the headache of looking for someone.
All the ones that were like left over.
It's just the leftovers.
Just like, what happened? And it's like something's wrong with him. Now the girls are starting to think, well, there's something wrong because you could go date.
I mean, this is the thing. It depends on the family.
Completely from one person to the other.
Like some families will allow you to have an arranged marriage at like 18, but
Yeah.
they won't allow you to date at like 23 or 25.
Yeah,
and
it's
it
literally
depends.
from one family to the other. Like
My family's a little bit more open, so they allow me to date. They allow my sister.
just the way that people are raised is completely different from one place to the other. Like, and I see today, like I told you, like they're dating 7 guys, and they're like, okay, let me wait for the guy that's gonna come and ask my hand in marriage, Because for me, like I was telling you this last time, where we talk about like the West mentality when it comes to marriage, on the fact that you should wait for the guy to ask you. And I told you that's kind of sexist too. Like, I'm not waiting for you for 7 years to propose. Like, dude, are
a
you
long
kidding
time,
me?
7
Like,
years.
if you have that issue, like where you
I
cannot
think the
commit
max
to,
should be 5. If by 5,
dude,
if you're not,
it's
if you-
1 year.
1
1 year, okay?
From dating to
but
marriage?
no, 1 year trial, period. Like,
From
you'll get to know a person in a
dating-
year if you the direction you want to take. Like, I'm not wasting my time. Like, it's either working after a year. We could get
all
married.
my exes are gonna call me now. So you
Listen to
heard
me,
that,
girls.
Salty? It's 1 year.
Yeah, girls, listen to me and listen to me good. Listen,
I'm
move
gonna
over.
I'm gonna receive so many
This
hate,
one,
so much hate
no.
now.
Listen, do not wait for more than a year. That doesn't mean you have to get married after a year. It's like, if you haven't decided if you want to be with this person for more than 1 year, dude, what are you thinking? Like, are you serious? Then don't commit to anybody. Just live your life, get to know people, and
True.
live your life. And then when you're ready and committed, this is one of the biggest thing I have.
I feel like I figured it out after a year and a half, close to 2 years.
For sure. Like, you'll have to figure out if this person is completely wrong or right for you.
Right.
Now, if you stay for 6 years because you're working here and this person is working there,
That's
and things
different.
are not working out, but you guys still want to be with each other, that means you guys want to get married, but you're waiting for the right
And
time.
that's fine. You already
But
decided what you want.
I'm not waiting
Okay.
for...
7 years. That's
They're like
not happening.
ridiculous, And I'm not having no children it's like if I'm not married. Are you crazy?
Well, you have to understand, in the Middle East, it's a very big thing to have kids.
Dude, I
outside
don't even
of
want to have
wedlock.
children and I'm married. So, dude.
Don't let your daughter watch this video.
No,
Like,
I'm telling you,
she's
if
going
you
upstairs and
ever,
blocking her
if you
YouTube.
ever wanted the exact opposite of what a Saudi woman is supposed to be, ta-da! And I know a lot of girls like that. Like, a lot of girls know what they want, and they're like, listen, I'm gonna get married at this age. I'm gonna have kids at like only 1 or 2, or at very specific. So yeah, I think the world is changing.
I feel like there's a lot of things that are changing. Even the stereotypes about Saudis are changing.
Right.
I know now.
We need to be in Hollywood, me and you, like in the actual.
You know what? We always get represented by people who don't speak Arabic in Hollywood. We always get
I'm like,
people
dude,
who
what is
speak
he
Urdu
saying?
or Punjabi
Right.
or Hindu. That like never ever
And,
hear.
and believe me, there's more Asian Americans than Arab Americans, but still they have been underrepresented as Asian.
Yeah.
And we were talking about this too. Not only the Saudi women are always, believed or like looked at as like obedient. Yes, sir. Also Asian women are looked that way too. We're both looked at that way, and it's such a really crappy stereotype, but it's given by men. So what do you expect?
Yeah, true. That's what it's called. History, his story, not her story.
Oh
I'm a
yeah.
feminist, just saying.
Oh yay! Whoop whoop.
But yeah, it's stereotypes are stereotypes for a reason. Misconceptions are misconception for a reason, and we hopefully filled you with a lot of information and broke a lot of that stuff.
If you know something, you don't fear it.
Yeah, if you have any questions or topics that you guys want us to talk about, make sure you comment them down below so we can actually talk about them. And what we'll do is we'll pin your comment and we'll put a screenshot up on the page on the screen when we talk about that topic. And yeah, we're excited. So, before we go, Selwa has some news for you guys. I'm excited for this news.
You're gonna enter with like another account.
I'm making 50 bottles.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Right here, you can find our page and my personal Instagram account at Selwa Plus Beauty. There is a giveaway, a huge giveaway. We're giving away £500. That's British. That's British pound of Selfridge gift e-card. So it will go directly to you and you'll be able to splurge on yourself. Please look at the rules below to enter the competition, and I hope you can win.
Yeah. Just so you guys know, it is not just for the ladies. Guys, there's like tech stuff, there's a lot of menswear, there's a lot of like home stuff. We're gonna have a lot of different things over here.
I got my eyes on some things already.
Just saying, the reason why I want to enter is every time I go to London, I spend too much money at Selfridges. Too much. And I know there's a few things that camera accessories or things like that that I would like to.
They're like gummies and they're everything. They're sweets or candy.
Selfridges basically has everything.
It's a huge department store.
Yeah,
basically, it's like Nordstrom. Yeah, it's like Nordstrom.
Houseware, food, clothing, brands, tech. You can buy TV and buy like a Victoria's Secret, not literally Victoria's Secret. They have
like lingerie, everything,
and travel wear.
He thinks all lingerie is called Victoria's Secret. I like it, Saute.
I am not going to comment because
it's Fenty now, all right? Fenty.
Well, I'm not going to comment on that because I'm going to get in a lot of trouble. But yeah, make sure you guys enter. It's a very easy process. You have to subscribe. You have to follow the accounts, which are the S2 production accounts and Selwa's account. You don't have to follow mine, but it would be nice to get that follow. But it's mainly Selwa's giveaway, and we want you guys to
and I'm crossing it over with this show because this show means a lot to us. We want to represent our peers. We want to represent our friends, family, and people who just like relate.
Yeah.
And we can only do that if you support and like and comment and share. So if you ever met a person who has misconceptions or myth about Saudi Arabia or Saudis in general, send this video to them and I will believe you. Believe me, they will change their mind.
Yeah.
All right?
So make sure you follow us on our accounts. The links down below really help. If you ever want to know what cameras we use, what lenses, what lighting, because we have lighting over here and everywhere. Also the microphones we're using and everything. I'd support a small business with little kids' dream of being a millionaire. Make sure you click on all of our links down below. We're going to have links for everything down below. And yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed the show.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for everything, and we'll see you guys later.
Bye-bye.